Men?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Okay, boys, let's go.
Well, I'll be.
Well, Sheriff, bad news? For once you're on the job.
On the job is right.
Put him up, you. I got you covered. Save your breath, Sheriff. The driver's dead.
Got it on purpose, probably. Knew I was after him.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be.
Let me take him.
Boy, nothing. It's a girl.
Well, hello there.
I'll give her to Jinx.
Jinx?
Jinx's old lady will take care of her if she's sober. Hey, where are you going?
I'm going to take her to my place.
Nothing doing. She goes to Jinx. They'll have the inquest on his nibs.
Oh, let him keep the kid, Sheriff. My wife, she's kind of sick again.
Drunk, you mean?
You hear what he said?
Well, all right. You take her. But have her at the inquest.
Much obliged, Sheriff. I'll have her there. Feel better now?
Yes, sir. Much better, thank you.
That's good. What's your name?
My name's Betty Norton.
Hi, Betty.
They call me Tiny, 'cause I'm so little for my age.
Who do you mean by they?
The rest of the children are for boarding school. You see, mister. Say, what's your name?
Me? I'm Ted Wright.
Then I'll call you Ted. I always call my daddy Frank. Makes him laugh. Where's my daddy?
Your daddy's gone away on business. Tiny, what is your daddy's business?
My daddy's a civil engineer. He works for the railroad. He took me along today because I always bring him good luck.
You might call it luck at that.
But you told my husband yesterday it'll be $500. Today you offer me only $200.
Well, that was yesterday. Today it's 200 or nothing. Come, speak up.
It's nothing, Bruce Laird. We've slaved for years to keep our homestead. I guess we can still hold out a few more months. Until the railroad gets here.
What's that about the railroad?
Just something to keep you guessing, you cheater.
Sheriff's office, please. Well, what is it?
My mission, it is accomplished. $50, please.
$25 or nothing.
Yesterday it was $50. Today it is $50.
$25. That's $50 in your country.
Just a minute. But he promised me $50.
Laird, you better give him the $50 in cash.
Now take it and get.
Oh, Gonzalez, you might need that. Now get out of town.
Gracias, senor.
Laird, your chisel's going to get you into a heap of trouble someday.
Well, never mind that. Let me take that briefcase. Yes, here they are. Here's a map to the spur of the new railroad. Here's a list of the water holes.
You know, that Ted Wright's in luck. The spur runs right in front of his door. And they'll buy the water from him for their engines.
Ted Wright's luck? You mean my luck? I'll take care of these papers, Sheriff.
Oh, I forgot to tell you, we found Norton's kid in the car.
Dead?
No, very much alive. She was in the rumble seat when the car turned over.
Where is she now?
Why, Ted Wright's taking care of her after the inquest.
Well, of all the blockheads, you're the worst. Why did you let Wright take the kid? Well, tomorrow at the inquest, we'll take care of that.
All right.
Now let's have that Baron Munchausen stuff.
Sure, see, I just wrote some down here. See, you do Charlie, will you, and I'll do the Baron, huh?
All right.
And there I was standing in the middle of 75 million cattle stampede.
How many did you say, Baron?
Well, anyhow, 50 million.
Now, Baron, let's not prevaricate.
Huh? Who's Say, Charlie, is your tonsils backfiring again?
I mean, let's stick to facts.
Well, all right. There was 25 billion cattle, and there I was...
How many? Come on now, Baron.
All right, there was 10 million. And they were stampeding all over the place. Cannons to the right of them, cannons to the left of them, and cannons. Oh.
Now, Baron.
Well, make it 5,000.
Baron, I doubt your veracity.
Was you there, Charlie?
Hey, Tom! Nick!
It's the boss.
He's back early.
Oh, we'll catch him now.
Open again, huh? The minute my back's turned, you guys go radio on me. Tiny,
This is my 3 radio nuts. Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Hi, miss.
Boys, this is our new pal, Tiny. All right, come on, get it over with. And it better be good. If it's not, Tiny and I'll throw you off the ranch.
Look, boss, what I made.
Well, what's that?
That's a new microfoam.
Looks to me like an oil can.
Well, here, you hold this. I got something all framed. I think you're going to like this.
Yes, I guess I will.
Bong, bong, bong. This is the Unnatural Broadcasting Company.
Radio XYZ, the bottom of the dial, owned and operated by Tom, Dick,
And Harry.
We broadcast on a hot carrier frequency of 1,500 bicycles on a permanent wavelength of 500 watts.
Hello, everybody. When the moon comes over the mountain.
And it's the wrong theme song. All right.
We now transfer control to the Windy City, where we will drop into the stale air taxicab office. Seamus and Sandy are sitting at their desk in the taxicab office. Here they are.
Well, Sandy, you all going over to see Madam Queen tonight, ain't you?
No, Seamus, I ain't going over to see Madam Queen, 'cause I ain't feeling quite up to sniff.
What's the matter, Sandy?
Oh, I done had the insomnia last night.
Insomnia? What's that, Sandy?
Don't you know what the insomnia am, Seamus? That's when a fella can't sleep.
You don't mean insomnia, you mean the pneumonia.
I guess I know what I mean, Seamus.
Why couldn't you sleep, Sandy?
On account of the window shade being up all night.
Why didn't you pull it down, Sandy?
'Cause I couldn't reach across the street, Seamus.
You nasty man. Don't never do that.
Oh,
That's awful. Well, Tiny, what do you think of my 3 boys?
I think they're funny, especially that one.
Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, he's funny. He's too funny for words. Now, you run in the house, hon. I've got something to say to these gentlemen. Call yourselves my pals, do you? A fine bunch of pals you are. Listen to the radio instead of working. Now, get this. Tonight, that radio goes back to town.
Oh, gee, it's awesome.
Around here. And in the meantime, I want you to behave yourselves, because that kid's a lady. I don't want her to get the wrong impression. Now, get out of here and get to work. Give me that. Get out of here.
Boom! Boom!
Look out there, Tiny. What are you doing to that gun?
Boom! Boom!
Come on now. Give me that gun.
Let's make a trade.
All right. What did you trade the gun for?
A kiss.
A kiss? All right. 1 kiss, 1 gun.
No, sir. This is a good gun. It's cheap for 3 kisses. No, 4. 4 kisses get the gun.
All right, that's a bargain. 4 kisses for the gun. Come here, you little monkey. What do you mean by trying to scare me out of my boots? Well, here's the payoff. Look here, don't you know that if you monkey around with a big gun, it's liable to throw you? You little so-and-so. You leave these guns alone around here.
This is a break. For once we can go to the dance and enjoy ourselves without the boss butting in on our imitations.
You said it. Ted Wright hasn't cracked a smile from once.
Yeah, I bet he's forgot how to laugh.
You know, I'll knock him over tonight when I imitate Rudy Ballet.
Diddy-bump, 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 bump, 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 bump.
Hey, you know, I'm going to kill him when I do my Baron Munchausen imitation.
If they don't kill you.
Say, Charlie, do you remember when I was in Paris, Kentucky, when I met Queen Isabella? You remember, huh? Well, Izzy says to me, she says, you know that we got to discover America, so will you send a wireless to...
You know who this is? I want to be alone. I think I go home.
Come in. That's great, Tiny, that's great. Well, fancy those swell saddle blankets you guys are diked up in. The chapeau. Take your hats off.
Well, boss, we're on our way. thought we'd drop in and say goodnight to the kids.
Oh, that's very nice of you, Tom. But you stay here tonight and mind Tiny. I'm going to town with Dick and Harry.
Oh, gee, boss. I promised that new school mom I'd show her some of my latest invitations.
Never mind the school teacher. Beat it, cowboys, and saddle up.
Oh, boss, please, can I go to town with you?
Sure. Some other time. Honey, I'm going to town. Will you promise to be a good girl while I'm away?
Promise, but first Tom will have to make funny faces at me.
You hear that, Tom? She wants you to make funny faces at her. Here's the one you got.
I suppose she don't laugh and draws a gun.
Just try me and see.
Bye, honey. You don't know it, cowboy, but you're in for one of the biggest surprises of your long and sinful life. Sleep tight.
Let's start now.
All right. Hi-ho, everybody. This is Rudy Valley speaking.
I thought I told you to beat it.
But I have your $50. I stay until it is spent.
Come on, get out of here.
Evening to you, Mr. Laird. Clear it out of here, savvy. Oh, a fool, Mr. Laird, to play him out of game that way. He's a bad hombre. That's right, hand him the partner. Beat your partner, stop the damn hole. Good evening to you, Miss Mason. Hello, Bob. Hello, Ted. I'll see you a little later, Miss Mason.
Well, and do you call it a good evening when you frighten away my escort? And just when he was paying me a compliment.
What was he saying?
He was telling me I had the brightest eyes this side of El Paso.
Well, he was telling you the truth.
And he's such a nice dancer.
Wait a minute. What's the matter now? Don't he like your invitations?
The sneak in without buying tickets, so out they go.
Oh, now, Mr. Laird, I'll pay for their tickets.
It's too late now. Out they go.
Don't push me too far. I might get mad. Now, come on in, Baron, and have a good time. And be careful.
Huh? Was you there, Charlie, that time, huh?
Hey, that blonde over there, that's what I got for.
Well, you've been in town a week and you haven't visited me at the bank.
I didn't know that you were a member of the school board, too.
Well, I'm not. But I'm very much interested in you just the same. Miss Mason? Helen, why waste your time on Wright? He's shiftless and deep in debt. Why not interest yourself in someone more substantial? Me, for instance. I can give you everything you want. Don't I practically own 3 Pines, lock, stock, and barrel? Come, Helen, be sensible. Well, what do you want, cowboy?
Nothing.
On your way. On your way.
Mr. Laird, remember what I told you a few minutes ago? Well, I'm just about at that stage right now.
Don't get too hasty, cowboy. Hey, who are you to lay down the law to me? You think you can scare me as you did the Jones boy? Besides, Helen would rather talk to me any day than you.
This is no kind of a dance for you, honey. I told you that.
But I had no place to go this evening, and my room was so lonesome.
Oh, I ain't got much to offer you, but why don't you come over to my place? There's my wife, I mean. I ain't got much, but what I have is yours. And besides, Tiny needs a lady around the place.
Who is Tiny?
A little girl, the cutest kid you ever saw. We found her this morning.
I'd love to see her.
Would you?
Yes.
All right.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, I'm afraid we must. Have you had a good time? Lovely. The dancing was so interesting, so much different than we have in the East.
Gonzalez is still in town. See that he leaves. And while you're about it, you might as well dust this fellow right off. Give him something to remember tonight by. Understand?
All right.
We'll come again. Good night.
Good night. Bye.
May I make a suggestion?
Sure, all you want.
Let's stop by my boarding house. They might be anxious about me.
All right.
That's him. Get ready.
Oh, let's don't worry about Mr. Laird. Let's talk about you. You better stand here a minute. All right, let him have it. You get right.
Twice you have saved my life tonight, amigo. Gonzalez shall not forget.
These places are getting pretty hot for you, hombre. If you know what's good for you, you better hit for the border.
But I have a score to settle first. Then I leave. But I have no horse.
Are you hurt?
Oh, no. Everything's all right. Come to the ranch in the morning and I'll fix you up.
Gracias, senor.
Same to you. Many of them.
Perhaps we'd better be going.
Perhaps we had.
Is everybody happy? This is Ted Lewis, your old musical master.
Please do that last one over again. You know, Ted Lewis playing his saxophone.
Ted Lewis? It's midnight. If the boss come home and caught you up, he'd skin me alive.
I guess you're right. But first we must say our prayers.
We? What do you mean, we?
Just what I said. First we must pray. You and me.
Pray? I can't pray. I never learned.
Then I'll teach you. Kneel down here.
Now what do I do?
Repeat after me. Our Father who art in heaven.
Our Father who art in heaven.
Hallowed be thy name.
Huh?
Hallowed be thy name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Thy kingdom come.
Thy kingdom come.
And what she thinks of you.
Well, she don't think I'm as funny as they are.
And please, God, bring back my daddy.
And please, God, bring back her daddy.
And please, God, make Tom a better actor. Amen.
She's right, God. Please make me a better actor. A much better actor.
Then he ran out of the bank, jumped in the car, and raced for the pass.
Any questions, gentlemen, before you render your verdict? No, Your Honor. Very well, gentlemen.
You may render your verdict.
But how about the gun? If this Humphrey robbed the bank, where's the gun?
Silence. This is a court of justice.
But we got a right to know what become of the gun if there ever was a gun. Why, the bank wasn't even held up if you asked me.
Nobody's asking you. Sit down. Order in this court.
You're the bailiff? Why don't you take that fellow out? You're the fellow. I gotta do it right there.
Order. Well, gentlemen, you may now render your verdict.
We find that Frank Norton was accidentally killed while attempting to escape from justice.
This coroner's court, having no further business, is now adjourned. What about the Norton kid, Judge? He forgot about that kid. Thanks. Everyone will sit down again, please. As justice of the peace of this township, it is my duty to appoint a guardian for one Betty Norton, an orphan girl, until her relatives are notified. This court is now ready to entertain motions.
Your Honor, as sheriff, I deem it my sworn duty to place this child in an orphan asylum as provided by law.
An orphan asylum?
Why, the very idea.
There are folks here in Three Pines who would gladly provide this child with a home until her relatives are found.
Your Honor, I object. If Miss Mason has any valid objections to placing this bank robber's brat in an asylum where she belongs, let her first qualify as a witness.
Just a minute. Just a minute. Mrs. Johnson.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you, Mrs. Guinn.
Your Honor.
You are both mothers of girls. Will you assist the court in arriving at a decision?
We will, Your Honor.
Forward, please. Miss Mason, do you desire to testify?
No, thank you.
Is there anyone here who can sustain a valid objection to placing this orphan child in an asylum? If not, it is the judgment of this court that said Betty Norton shall be taken by the sheriff to the nearest orphanage and there kept until her relatives are notified.
Judge Blake. Your Honor, and you ladies, Mrs. Johnson and Mrs. Guinn.
We object. This is highly irregular.
Continue, Mr. Wright.
Don't send Tiny to the orphanage. She's a little lady, and she's got breeding. She needs tender care and loving hands to dress her in the morning.
And can you dress her in the morning?
Well, I can try. I put her to bed last night and dressed her this morning. Oh, Judge, don't send her to the asylum. Why, sometimes she won't even get enough to eat.
How do you know that, Mr. Wright?
Well, lady, I was raised there myself, and I know that they'll put her in a dark cellar and beat her sometimes.
I don't believe a word you're saying.
Well, I'll show you.
Mr. Wright.
Well, excuse me, Judge.
Maybe, you may have been a bad boy.
Well, maybe I was, but not that bad. The woman that runs that asylum rules by fear, not love. And Tiny needs love. And who'll help her say her prayers?
And what do you know about prayers, Mr. Wright?
Not much, but I can learn. Tiny can teach me. And besides, who will see that she wears the right clothes? The woman that runs that outfit? Not her.
Well, why not?
Because I know that she robs the kids of their grub and banks the money.
That's false. I've known that matron for years, and she's honest.
Depends upon what he calls honest.
If Wright gets that kid and locates her relatives, they may start asking questions.
No, you're right.
Please, Judge. Please, Mrs. Johnson. And please, Mrs. Guinn. Let me keep Tiny until her relatives are located. Please, just let me keep her temporary like. I promise. Yes, I promise you on my mother's name that I'll take good care of her as long as she's in my charge.
Well, very good, Mr. Wright. But, as you say yourself, the child will need care. I might say a woman's care. Now, how are you going to provide that? You're a bachelor, you know.
I may be flying in the face of convention, but I'll board at Mr. Wright's house and look after Tiny.
Very good. On condition that Miss Helen Mason, our school teacher,
shall reside at Sky High Ranch. The temporary charge of and custody of one Betty Norton, a minor, is now awarded to Mr. Ted Wright.
Thanks, Judge.
Court's adjourned.
Go ahead before I'm sure.
Collier, we've got to get control of that kid.
You heard Brake's ruling, didn't you? Anything you do from now on will have to be done undercover, or you will be in jail for contempt of court. The judge isn't standing for any monkey shines.
Oh, you may be afraid of that jackleg judge, but I'm not. Meet me at the bank in an hour, and we'll discuss our next move. Now we go back to our house.
Oh, goody.
Well, in my opinion, you need a right to that school mom with the proper people to take care of that child, and I'm going to do the best I can to prevent them from having her.
You leave Miss Mason's name out of this, Collier.
Well, wasn't she house at midnight? Wasn't she? I'll get you for this.
Don't let anything but fear stop you. Understand? Come on, shit. Huh?
I'll take care of this.
Look out there, Dad. You'll overwork yourself.
I'm sorry, Ted.
Oh, that's all right.
So, that's where my money's been going, eh? Clothes, I suppose, for that bank robber's kid.
Oh, have a heart, Mr. Laird. She ain't got only the clothes we found her in. If you don't mind, let's talk it over there.
Well, that's no concern of mine. The asylum's the place for that kid. I'll get this right. The money for the mortgage on your place is due tomorrow, and I want every penny of it, do you understand?
Yeah, but you told me when I borrowed the money that you'd extend the note 6 months if I ran short.
Well, I know you've been short, and I'm going to be a little easy with you. I'll give you $2,000 for your property over the mortgage. Let's go over to the bank, and I'll deposit the money to your account.
Sorry, Mr. Laird, but I can't sell the ranch now. I gotta have a home for the kid.
How are you going to get the money for the mortgage?
Don't worry about that. I've got some cattle ready for market.
But cattle are cheap now.
So are hogs. How's the beef market this morning?
Prime. Fine breast. Prime number 1 steers, 5 cents.
What would this poor cowman do if it wasn't for the radio? Listen, you fellas. Round up the steers in the south pasture. We're shipping in the morning. Okay, boy. Whose horse is that? That's Miss Mason. All right, get going. Okay.
She ain't that a tough break, Dick. Gotta round up them cattle. Well, and just as the Baron was coming on, too. You know, I want to see whether the Baron is as good as I am or whether I'm better. That's what I want to find out. Well, you're better in some things than he is. All about that. But, you know, you can't find out until here. I got some new stuff there.
Well, hello.
Something lacking.
I guess that's your horse outside.
I know. Now we'll put a
I guess
tuck
I'm talking
here.
to myself around
Another
here.
ribbon there. Don't you think that'd be cute? I'll get it.
Yeah. Hello. Oh. So you do like me, don't you?
Of course, you big goose.
Well, how long has this been going on?
For a long time, darling.
200 or 300 years.
Oh, I really think Ted's been a little too blind to notice it.
Yeah, but I can sure notice it now. Helen, will you marry me?
Oh. How about my school?
I don't know, but Tiny's got to have somebody to look after her. She'll keep you busy. Won't you, Tiny?
I sure will.
I'm the best friend you've got in this town.
I know that.
Wright is shipping early tomorrow morning. That means he will start rounding up this afternoon. Collier, I don't want those steers to reach the valley.
I'll do my best.
Your best? If you know what's good for you, you'll stampede Wright's herd from here into the next county. And while you're in the neighborhood... Got it? Right. Then vamoose.
Hi, Jake.
Hiya, Ted.
I'm shipping at 5 in the morning. Got any cattle cars down in the valley?
All you need?
Fine. Then spot 10 of them for me, will you?
Sure, you bet. Well,
Hand the kid to Jenks. This big driver. Give me the kid. Oh. Got her? Shut up. All right. Hey, easy. Oh, there.
Howdy. Need any help? No, Liz here's got a rest every 5 miles or so. Yeah. There's been a heap of traffic on this road today. Yeah, what do you mean? Why, the sheriff just went by like the devil himself was after him. He did? Yeah. Which way did he go? Why, that way.
Already, Billy could only see me now. Okay, let's get going and catch up with the boys up ahead. All right.
All right, boys, up the rocks. They're headed that way.
Helen!
It was the sheriff and 2 of his men. They'd taken Tiny.
You know where they took her?
No. But he did say something about more of his men lying in Box Canyon to ambush the boys.
Then my hunch is right. Laird's back of this. You go and find Judge Blake. He'll know what to do.
All right.
Hurry as fast as you can, will you?
All right.
wife and 2 men.
What? You stay here and I'll go and round up some of the boys.
Boys! Boys! Hey, what? Take these horses to the rear.
Blake and a posse just rode out of town.
Blake?
Yes, Blake and Miss Mason.
All right.
245A, please. That you, Hodges? Take some men and meet me at Moonshine Cabin.
All right.
This is my last broadcast, boys. To tell Tiny, her prayer last night is doing me a heap of good now. When you hear the chimes, it'll be exactly 4 o'clock. Boom. This is station T. O. Pam. Signing off. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
All right, boys. The Moonshine Cabin for the payoff, and then over the border. Where's Gonzalez? Oh, he's up there. He got his.
Good afternoon, amigos.
Stick 'em up. Talk fast, Greaser. Who's behind this stampede?
Amigos. Gonzalez is finished. But before he die, he tell you a secret.
Yeah?
Larry, these men of much money is behind this. The child, too, has been taken.
What child? You mean Wright's new kid?
Who else? The child has been taken to...
Quick, Gonzalez. Where's Laird taking her?
To Moonshine Cabin.
Moonshine Cabin. Let's go. Where's Tom? He's dead. We know where they took Tiny. The Moonshine Cabin. Well, what are you two fellas waiting on? Let's go.
fellas wait here for Blake and Helen. I'll go look things over. Okay, boy.
No, stop that crying. You hear me? You stop crying or I'll put you back in that bag.
No, please.
What's keeping Laird?
Oh, what's eating you, Collier? He'll be along soon.
No, he better be. Watch the kid. I'm going up on the roof and look for Laird.
Okay.
What's that? Look and see what's wrong. Give me a hand. Come on, over here. Water gun. Jam.
The boss has gone up to camp and he told us to wait right here.
Never mind.
There goes Laird down the road. Come on, Harry, let's go. All right, you. Get out of our way.
Put that gun down, kid. Put it down. It might go off.
I just wish it would.
Look out, that gun's loaded.
Are you all right?
Sure.
Where's Tiny?
She's okay. But listen to her.
Put that down, kid. Come on. Don't let her get away. Come on.
Boom!
Look out there, kid.
Oh,
Take
Tiny,
it easy now.
Tiny!
Look out there, kid.
All right, come on now.
Boy, oh boy. This beats lawyering all holler. How about electing me sheriff next time?
What's this I hear about somebody wanting to be sheriff?
Well, the judge here wants to be elected sheriff after Collier's term's expired.
Collier's term has expired.
But the boys want you to be sheriff.
Oh, not me, thanks. Let the judge have it. I'll have my hands full riding herd on Tiny and Helen here.
All right. In her on.
The Judge, this gives you the authority to catch him, try him, and bury him.
And marry him, huh? And as the band would say, they live happily ever